I worked the assignment desk in North Carolina for 2 years. And then one day my boss said, Danya, we need you to come in because we're having an emergency meeting. And when I got to the meeting, it was the entire newsroom, and they let us know that they were shutting down the news operations of that station. So it was just kind of like, oh no, where do I go from here? But thankfully, I was able to do different things. I was able to write and put some stuff together for on air. I never was on air in North Carolina, but I was able to work behind the scenes on my own to kind of put together what they call a resume tape of me pretending basically that I was a reporter, doing what reporters do. And you put together clips of your work. And you send that out to different television stations. So that's basically what I did. It was during a time when, you couldn't just post something online. Like now everything is digital. You post links. I was sending VHS tapes to stations, just kind of making a list of places that I wanted to live and saying, okay, let me look up all the television stations in that city and I'm going to send them my resume tape with my resume. Not only did I do that, but if I would be traveling and I would be in a city, I would call up the news directors at different stations and say, hey, I'm going to be in your city. Can I come in and talk to you? I'm a journalist. I'm looking for a job. And sometimes I would get in with the news directors that way. But I basically landed my first job probably after sending out at least 60 to 70 VHS tapes. Finally got a call from a station in Salisbury, Maryland. The Eastern Shore of Maryland. I had never heard of this place. It was by that time, I had sent out so many tapes that I couldn't even remember where I sent them to. And they said, we want to interview you. And at that time, I was in Washington, D.C., living with some girlfriends because, like I said, I'd been laid off. And my girlfriend said, hey, you can come stay here for a little while, just until you get on your feet. Washington, D.C. and Salisbury, Maryland were about 2 hours apart. So I made the drive to Salisbury, Maryland, did the interview, and that's how I landed my first on-camera job, where I initially started out as a reporter, but after being there for about 3 months, they promoted me to the weekend anchor there too.